likes this weather. You know, it gets cold one day, it's warm the other day, and it just keeps flopping back and forth. It's crazy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Glenda Chavez, and on my channel you will find all types of DIY content. Some of you guys know that I furniture flip as a side hustle to help fund all of my DIY projects, including my dream of renovating our 1950s home. I will have my latest makeover video down in the description below for you guys, so if you're interested in watching. So today's video is actually my very first furniture flip request, and I am beyond excited. So my sister-in-law Crystal actually owns this nightstand that she's had for well over 15 years, and she's wanting to keep it in the family. It's something sentimental to her, so she didn't want to trash it or throw it away. So she requested that I give it a makeover, and so I'm going to be taking this beige nightstand from light to dark and from drab to fab. So if you guys are interested in seeing that process, then just keep watching. We're going to start off by removing these decorative pieces that were popular once upon a time. Crystal, if this hurts your heart, just skip this part. I'm going to go ahead and start sanding now. I am going to be using a higher grit, lower number, 80 grit to be exact. The reason for that is because there's quite a few gouges on this piece of furniture, and I want to smooth that out as much as possible. Smooth them out by just sanding, that'd be great. The ones that we can't, we'll obviously fill and then smooth them out afterwards. But I'm going to use the Orbital sander because I feel like it's going to give me more power than my detail sander. But when I go over it with a smoother grit, then I will be using the detail sander. So. Alright, now that I've got most of what I thought was damaged to the dresser, I'm just going to put a nice good coat of stripper, strip the rest of the paint off, and then sand it one more time, and then we'll be ready to add some paint to this dresser and make her new again. The color that I'm going to be using is from the Valspar Cabinet and Furniture Paint collection. It's supposed to be a factory-like finish, scuff resistant, and no priming needed. The main reason why I got it was because it said no brush marks, and I had planned to use a brush instead of spraying. So hopefully that'll be the case. The color, by the way, is Tricorn Black by Sherwin-Williams. The moment I started stripping, I regretted it. The sides does not have any veneer or any type of laminate, nothing covering the particle board. So when I removed the paint, it was straight particle board. And so the surface of it became really rough, even after trying to sand it with a high grit and trying to get it as smooth as possible. It just wasn't smooth enough. The other thing that went wrong is didn't prime, and now I'm regretting not having primed because I'm getting really bad splotchiness. It's not even, and even after the second coat, I feel like I'm not gonna like the finish. Because of that, I have scuff sanded this, and now I'm going to be priming. Now the other issue that I'm running into is weather. The wind is ridiculous. It has been ridiculous all morning. I mean, it's been knocking my camera over. Dust got attached to the paint and it was just a mess. But I'm hoping I can get things turned around here fairly quickly. So let's go ahead and clean this up. I've already scuff sanded it, like I mentioned. And let's go ahead and start adding some primer because we need to get this ready for paint and we don't want to waste any more time. Alright, so as you guys know, this has been quite a bit of a disaster for me. But with that being said, I am at the point where I am ready to start applying some paint. I am going to be using the same paint that I attempted to put the first time, but I'm not going to be brushing it on. I feel like it's a little too thin for my liking with a brush. Although it does settle in and it does prevent brush strokes, I feel like it'll give me a much better application if I just go ahead and spray. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm doing this inside the garage today because it rained last night and the temperatures dropped and the humidity level is higher than it was and the wind still hasn't died down. I don't want to run into the same issue that I did the other day where I painted and then had to sand it all down again because the wind was blowing like crazy and there was just dust everywhere. At least in my garage, I can control a little bit of more of the humidity level, the coldness, the temperature, and also the wind, right? So that's not going to be a factor. So Texas weather, you know, it gets cold one day, it's warm the other day, and it just keeps flopping back and forth. It's crazy. But yeah, so let me go ahead and get my sprayer ready and we will start spraying some color on here. Remember what this dresser used to look like? Well, this is what it looks like now. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below your favorite part of today's video. And also don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any future uploads with me. You guys stay safe, be kind, and I'll catch y'all next week. Bye.